Thanks for staying with us. Are we done?
Yes, we are, darling.
Just make sure that we're ready. Okay, I think I have Olawale waiting. Thanks for calling. You're live.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Go ahead, please.
I first time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Please, I want to correct some impression.
Okay.
Parenting are different. The way you correct your child might be different from the way I will correct my child.
Okay.
And again, I want you to understand the way you train one child. I can train the child and say, okay, go this way. And when you try to do the same thing, it will not go in line with your own child. We need to understand our own child. Then, putting that child in boarding school, I don't think they abandon that child. It's in a good hand. Boarding school is a good hand.
Not necessarily.
I don't know what we are talking about, and the way we are referring to our boarding school these days. They are good hands. In our days, I am in Lagos. My parents are in Lagos when I'm in Catholic in boarding school. And today, I know who I am. And I know the same thing. If others are telling their children to see, they are not in prison. They are a place of learning. They are a place of training. They have not abandoned that child. Please, like the other ladies there that we see putting one book or the other, this cannot change parents. Parenting is different lines. Please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Olawale.
I'm so sorry.
I didn't hear that.
Mariah went to a boarding school and she's spoken highly of her boarding school. My boarding school, some other people had good experience. I suffered. I was broken in boarding school. I suffered in boarding school. One of my schoolmates was in school was in church with me yesterday, and he was telling, as in I didn't know they were gisting about me. When I came back, she was like, so you went to school with this lady, like she was saying it, that, you went to school with Reddy? I said, yes. I went to school with her now. I was like, but I suffered, I left the school. They said she said it before I came there.
Imagine.
She was gisting the group how everybody in school knew I suffered. I was carrying buckets, I was punished. If I say A, you are proud, you are tall, you are proud. I suffered for 3 years.
Bullying.
Some other people in that school were not bullied the way I was bullied, but I was. So you can look at the school and say the school was good, but that school makes me good, but the school killed my spirit.
Yeah.
So don't say boarding school is good. I felt abandoned. I'm an only child. My parents didn't want me to get spoiled. My mom looked at me and said, oh, Nibaje, you must go to boarding school. But they took me to boarding school. They took me out because I would have just died. I was so skinny, like I was like one broom. Hospital every month. I was broken. But in their mind, they were taking me to a school because this is my only child.
Yeah.
I don't want my child to get spoiled.
So it's perception
my mom
also.
had to look at me and like, this girl would die and take me out.
And they
of
had
the
to
school
take you out. Yeah.
So you're looking at the child and you're thinking, I want to discipline the child, but you're killing the person. The same environment that girl survived though. That lady,
Other people were striving there, but you
she
didn't.
went there, she finished the entire 6 years and she's fine. But me, I would have died in that school.
So what I was saying,
in day school, yeah.
Me, I would have preferred their body.
so it's all
Parents need to pay
that's the point.
attention.
So the point I was trying to make earlier was that the Indian community that live abroad, for example, are able to raise them. They don't use this, it's a work environment. They don't have all these excuses that we give ourselves. Nigerians excuses. Well, no, he's American. That's how they are. No. These communities are able to retain their culture, their values, their language. Even their children born here, born in the country, still speak their language efficiently. So we excuse our own people, and which is totally...
We don't have anything to retain now.
When you see Nigerian parents abroad are talking, they'll be talking to them.
Yes.
I go deport you, go Nigeria.
Exactly.
The children grew up with the perception,
image.
any decision to go home is not a good one.
Exactly.
We converse around our children. I went to a day school, and I remember saying to my friends in primary school, the school that I'm going to go will be a nice, pampered school because my daddy loved me so much. The first day, for command, one officer called thank God inside my head. In the middle of my head, that was what was beating me. You know the last day of my WAEC?
Is that not abuse?
The last paper I had, one officer decided, just looked at me from far and said I had a marker in my pocket. I did not sign on my shirt too. The marker was in my pocket. Somebody has passed me marker, I just put it in my shirt pocket. They beat me silly. on the last day I left school. I was traumatized in school, but we survived it. Does that negativize my parents' intention? No. All of us are looking for ways. No, now, that's the point. You follow
up. A 16-year-old, 14-year-old will not understand the intention. Let's give them that.
I'm just saying on behalf of the parents, do not just negativize
or negate.
Of course not. Don't shall spoil the intention. Don't speak ill of a good intention of any parent. Because you really don't know. What we can do as parents is follow up.
Yes.
My daughter's first year in school, I address slap, I address shout, I address gang up against nothing that I did not address because I over-follow up. I have to sit her down and say, that's how life is. If I help you, all your life I might not be there. I can just even die tomorrow morning. She was shocked. I said, when I die, these issues that you're always calling for, you will call, but you won't have mommy to address it. So we have to deal with it. Now we are no longer calling me how many people are not talking to. She too, she don't toughen up. Because that's how life is. If you follow up and your child is not actually coping, that means what you intend to help you is not solving your problem. You then withdraw
and check it again.
And change. We are saying the same thing.
So it's not one blanket rule. The beginning day 14.
Nobody said it's
the beginning day 14. The beginning day 14. Maybe the parents have not even followed up. Or maybe if they followed up, they see the child still in the place where they took the child that, no, you are not seeing. Because I remember coming home after that first meeting and say, Daddy, you have to withdraw me from this school. They left me for second year.
Okay, I have a caller. Thanks for, good morning, thanks for calling. I think I have Nifemi. Nifemi, thanks for calling. You're live. Oh, Anu, I'm sorry for Mikorodu. Thanks for calling.
Good morning, ma.
Good morning, Anu.
Mariah, Tope,
Good morning.
This is my first time calling.
Welcome to the show.
And I'm glad. Thank you so much for all you do on this program. I just want to bring my own thoughts. I want to say that I support Antipussy and Antima. You see, of course, we have to accept the fact that the way our parents raised us is not going to work anymore this period. It's never going to work. Now, I'm going to bring myself as an example. I'm a second child. There's a second child syndrome. Apart from the fact that I was raised by strict African parents. Now, this strictness worked for a while. But when I became a teenager, I became rebellious. I was a strong child, and I still am. I have questions. I argue. I want to know why. I didn't go wayward, but I became that stubborn child that will only always question what my parents said. I was a fighter for my siblings. When they say this, I ask them, why do we have to do this? And they saw it as being rebellious, but I was just a thinker. I would think, I would imagine what would be the result of what you ask me to do, and see if you actually have my own food as an adult. Now, what we do in Africa is we indoctrinate. Indoctrination will not work anymore. What we have to do now is communicate. You have to communicate with a child. And Mariah said something the other time. He said that you are 8 years, you are 10 years, you are 12, you are still my child that will make decisions for you. It does not work anymore. Ma, when a child becomes a teenager, begin to see that child as an adult. You have to communicate. You have to communicate now. So when you have an adult will not be happy, someone will just move you away. Then a child will not be happy. That child is a human being. A human being.
Full-blown spirit. Thank you, my darling.
Thank you very much, Anu. Yeah, point taken. Thank you very much, Anu. You see, let's go back to what this parents' fear was.
Okay.
This boy was getting involved in gangs in London. We have no clue what that even means. None of us here have children in gangs in the UK. It's not like here in Nigeria, you can call Baba Sikira, please, oh, that my son, oh, you know, you can. No, I'm just, there are gangs here, but there's a way, Nigerian gangs, you know, there's a way you can still talk to the UK. There's a way, they listen. There are ways you can still, there's a way there's a local intelligence of how you can find who is the gang leader, who is the Baba Saleh, who is, you know, you can still talk to them somehow and find a way to rehabilitate your child. Ganging in the UK, you don't know where to start. You don't know the cabals, you don't know the cartels. You have no clue. You have no clue where to start from. So as a Nigerian, like this gang in this country, I have nowhere, I don't know which Baba to call. Let me bundle my child and carry them to where I know at least, even if it's a gang in Nigeria, we can still find a way who uncle somebody to nurture them back to shape. So the point is that putting yourself in the shoes of those parents, I don't see any parents who intentionally want to send their own child and abandon the child. No, they feel helpless sometimes. I don't know where to start from. because I'm in a society where I don't know where to get help.
So we must also understand our parents grew up from a society where parents spoke in proverbs. They will tell you half word that they tell pikin wey get sense. If you reach in mind, it go make sense. Then nobody had the time to write you a thesis to explain anything to you. Where is that time? Well,
that's why we speak.
And we must always. I was speaking yesterday at
adults.
NASFAT, and I was saying
fight
life
instead.
is about understanding the other person. Some people are fighting battles we know they see. Our parents are also living their own. When they deal with you and you're already in the place of my parents hate me, you are going to rebel against everything they say, even at self-harming point. And we see kids who self-harm themselves. We know kids who have left this country to sell toes and foot and kidneys, to live the life their parents said, please just stay with me and manage my resources. I see kids who have rejected their parents. There was a girl back then in Unilag whose parents visited and he addressed her as a driver, addressed her dad as a driver to meet up class. Is it that the parents did not teach her contentment at home, or she just, was falling under pressure of society? So there are kids like that who will not. And not all parents. And I always say that delay in communication sometimes give you the maturity to do better, to understand it with time. Not be everything they must write textbook for you thesis.
Not be every parent, not everything will understand them with time. You are assuming that everybody will
you don't mean say the parents fail now. You don't mean say the parents fail.
No. We're assuming that every child will follow the same path of understanding. So if Tope understands 1, 2, and Nima should understand 1, 2, BC should understand 1, 2. Not every child. That's why you must pay attention to each child. Some children you don't need to explain. Just make the rule. This is it. You pack your bag. I'm sending you back for them to go and correct your bad behavior. And that child goes. And that child will come here and thrive. You throw the second child that way, that child will come here and scatter.
Yes.
From the same parents.
I just put it there now.
Yes,
I said boarding house.
Let's pay attention.
Worked for some, hardened some, and it broke some.
Yes.
So
to
you must
what
understand.
works for each child. It doesn't mean you have failed, like you rightly said as a parent, but you have failed in your observation. No. You have failed in your observation and in the method to get that child.
So to be sure that we're on the same page. Yeah. So that parent could have done that for that child, and that one would have worked. But is this particular child that wants to carry 911 and go and call them in UK consulate?
I have 3 children now, so if I have to ship anybody from back, I know one that I will not try it with. The other 2 I can ship them. But see one, if I try them, I go lose them. So however we want to do it, we will sit down in that UK together and dig it. If we are doing therapy, if we are doing consultation,
if I will let you go to the States, I'll abandon you to gangs.
No, we not. See, it's like I said. No, like I said. It's an option. Like I said, this particular one, if I leave him, if I leave this one, nobody will be able to hold him.
Let's talk about how we can help these parents now.
I'll come to you. Let me take Elizabeth. She's holding for a minute. Elizabeth from Ikorodu. Thanks for calling.
Elizabeth.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for calling.
I'm Mommy.
Good morning.
I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Yes, okay, this is it. The other lady, Hanu, that talked recently, that's one reason why I called. I want to disagree with her. I will speak this Yoruba. Only somebody back to back Chiniko Adaje, to back Chiniko Adaje, to back Rogidiga. I do all the fun. I hope you understand that.
No. We don't understand.
You are dealing with yourself, but when you not deal with something.
When the child commits small sacrilege, you will carry away because you belong to community.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
we get it now.
You've got an interpretation. Go ahead.
Okay, when a child does something that, okay, she's still proud of, okay, yes, I did this. Oh my gosh, but over part of that, I don't understand of this. That means when that child is in a problem, you have to come back to the parents. I hope you understand me now.
Yes, we get it now.
So this parenting thing, it is not something that is very easy.
At all.
I am a mother. It is not easy at all. The way you train your own child is different from the way another person will train their own child.
And they will then mix together in school.
So it is not something I feel.
And peer pressure themselves.
In everything you do, always say to God, God, I have to give this child over to you.
Wow.
Just
God way we just decode.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
So in solving the problem, because, and you know, she said, you raise your own, Nima raises her own,
all of them
I raise my own, all of them will meet in school. My children, 2 of my children were telling me, my son was telling me that 2 of his friends bring a full voucher to school to spend anyhow they want. Money. It's like they are giving you a blank check.
Wow.
Anyhow you want to spend. I say, no, you have a budget. Your parents, your mom is a financial coach. your mom gave you a budget, so you will live within your mom's budget. Don't compare yourself with your friend that the parents gave a blank check to shop and eat anything they like. We need to... It doesn't mean that people have explained.
You have abandoned him emotionally.
Yes. Abandoned.
They emotionally abandoned him.
No, the one that they guide. No, the one they
That
gave
using your
money.
Yes.
Are using abandoned.
Yes.
No, you're that.
Deprivation.
Deprivation.
I'm giving perspective and explanation, and I'm reiterating it over and over again. That is what is lacking. So if you say you are abandoning a child, you must explain why it will.
Tope, can I pause you for a second? This child that you're talking him,
yes,
this child might be living in the UK and go and report to the guidance counselor. I know what my mother earns $30,000 a month.
My child,
unfortunately, they're giving me only $2 per day.
Why will my child know how much I earn?
And as Bisi said, you cannot be society where you explain to the pikin. Collect it. Collect the pikin.
That's why a conversation needs to be had all the time.
Why will my child know how much I'm earning?
There was a time, 2021, I was so busy. I wasn't going to my children's school. I saw the difference in the result of my last born. The other two could cope, but my last born needed more attention. My children's teacher know me. When I went for what do you call it, their open day, they didn't need to tell me anything. I knew everything. I knew the results. I knew what it was because I changed my orientation concerning my responsibility as a parent. We don't have a choice. So this parent of this boy that is 14, who has taken them to court, you cannot afford to get angry with your children. Because I know that's the reaction. Yeah. The parents will be angry and disappointed. Anger and disappointment will not help you.
The situation
it will vent. It will make you feel pity. Your job is to, 1, Nigerian system, pray. 2, talk to that child, hug that child. Whether the boy wants that hug or not, you will hold the child and you will sit down with therapy session. Whatever it will take, how many therapy sessions it will take you, sit down and talk it out. You will sit down, because if you don't deal with it, you will raise a traumatized child that will become a burden to somebody else in future. So deal with this child now. Love that child, hug that child, pray for that child, go through therapy with that child, and ensure that you don't leave that child alone. If not...
It doesn't also mean I'll bring you back to the UK.
No,
we will still stay in Nigeria, but I will now be more involved to just get
Let me
you.
say that the parents might not necessarily be angry, might not be disappointed, but they are helpless. Because now they don't know where the problem is coming from. Third co-parent is helping them to scatter the house. That one is a UK mindset parent. Now don't grieve for your parents. UK system enables you to scatter them, sue them, question them. This year I was going to ask you, we saw a news of 3 Nigerian students who had joined a British, I think Indian or Ghanaian, whatever race that one was, and they carried out a murder accidentally because they wanted to rob somebody, tied him up, and the guy eventually died. And they were supposed to be in school in the UK.
Those 4 boys.
Now, let's just imagine these parents now. Having one child, we say like to they follow, gang up. You know, show off himself now. Until one friend, if a friend does it, the child will go and do. They can't see that news. They say, wait, you should leave before you put us in trouble. Go home.
No, I never said it was wrong to send the child.
I'm just saying.
It was okay to send.
You know, I come from a place where I try to understand my parents, but my siblings not necessarily.
You see the
I
difference?
understand what my parents are thinking part time, not because they sat down to open textbook.
Your brain.
You see them talking about it. That child that sits on the floor and looks at A and B mouth will know better. So please, this parent, let's cut them some slack. All of us are applying different methods of parenting.
Yes.
Our results. We are
results.
I don't know about you. Thank you.
Amen.
Every night I'm asking God when it's time to pack results.
My own children, there's one that is giving me a headache right now. I told you guys. There's one that...
The face.
That one. You see, that one, all that person is just to hear the small instruction.
You don't
obey. That one doesn't like wahala. Once they know the rules, this one compulses and she just minds her business. But that one, this particular one, give me serious every day. Even till I got to work this morning, I'm thinking in my head like, I am so upset.
But do you know I welcome the trouble because I realized that yes, it's better now for
That's
me
why I want to congratulate
than later. Yes.
Now 14 years.
Now 14 years, they do this. So let me say, don't do 27.
Don't do 27.
When you head, suppose not correct. You're going to sag.
When you even, I beg, now when you don't do
go through that.
So it's just a cry for help.
Go on your knees.
Just a cry for help.
Because sometimes it's
Pay for therapy, you.
Yes, so pay for therapy. All of us
down
do
See,
this.
let's take a few comments. Take the
comment plenty.
Take it now.
Parenting is a topic that cannot be overemphasized.
Yeah.
Ladies, if you could please discuss parenting once
Every
a week.
week.
Parenting is different from bringing children to the world. It needs to be intentional. Mester says, for parents living in UK, don't let your children to sleep over. That's where they learn nonsense.
Bolanle says, dear parents, I dey train my children well. Train yours too. Make we create sane society.
I beg.
YF says, I'm learning from the topic and enjoying it. We need more shows on parenting. It's a very important topic. We need more understanding and enlightenment on how to raise children.
Yeah.
It's a full-time job.
Okay, let me do this one.
My mommy is
Tola
still using
says, I know someone whose mother was a strict disciplinarian, but today, out of 3 children, only one is successful. The other 2, we send them.
It's not by disciplinarian.
Another person throw jab at the parliament leader in the UK.
Mount Rushmore said, cane is the best therapy. I don't agree.
I don't agree.
Uncle Mount Rushmore,
But don't be
cane is not the
ridiculous.
best therapy. We need to help these children, not to punish them.
For me, I still stand that not one
Carrot and stick.
everybody
Yes,
here
yes.
depending because
Together.
I have seen people who brought their children here and actually helped. I know.
Helped,
I
we
know. Yeah,
agreed.
so it depends. So
But the thing that helped them, people don't know. You know, we don't
It's
know
not-
what
it's
we
not
did.
necessarily
It's
Nigeria.
not coming to Nigeria.
It's
It's
the
the
community
community they found
they
in
find.
Nigeria.
yeah, and the
that
love and
helped
the
them.
attention they got in it. So like I
Yes.
say, it depends. Different
Someone
strokes.
says, YF says that I'm enjoying from this topic. I'm learning from the topic. Commending the ladies.
Okay, that's all we can take on today's show. I hope you've learned
don't
a few
finish.
things.
Don't finish.
As we have. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.